Hi, I'm Leo, and welcome to the Element Lounge. Be sure to kick off your shoes, leave all your cares at the door, and when you enter in, be ready to vibe with me while we talk all things life. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Hey Elements, welcome back to the channel. This is Leo. I hope that all of you are having a great start off to your day. Let me remember what today is. I think today is Tuesday, if I am not mistaken. It has been a minute since I have actually went live. And so I decided to go ahead and come live since I am actually feeling all right today. I want to start this off too by thanking everybody, my elements specifically, which I have a very special relationship with, and I'm thankful for it all the time. Just thank you all for the constant prayers and everything that you guys have extended to me on the outside of even this YouTube app. I am definitely one of those people who is a witness. Good morning, good morning. Who is that? Hey, good morning, Black Blonde. Good morning, Kitty Cadillac. Member, please excuse me, guys, because I see now what you guys are talking about as far as these different things popping up since they have redone StreamYard some type of way. So I'm trying to be able to see. So guys, if I take some pauses, please excuse me. I'm trying to get this thing out the way. Hold on, guys. Okay. I wish this thing would leave. Good morning, Miss Cruiser. Member, good morning. I really was glad to see that you are back. You are one of the content creators, it's a few, to where I really, really enjoy whenever you come live. Doesn't matter what you're talking about. Certain content creators to where it doesn't matter what they're talking about, they give you some type of solace, and you have been that for me, Miss Cruiser, especially when you have done your Sunday lives. A lot of times, especially within this sector, because there's so much going on. Hey, baby mama, member, because there's so much going on, um, a lot of times we don't tell each other the different things that affect each other in a positive manner, or especially if you're not talking about what everybody else is talking about, or you're not constantly in the mess, you don't tend to get the attention. And the specific live, hey Bohemian Beauty, the specific live that I used to love Miss Cruiser doing would be her Sunday lives. Anytime she did the lives where she would play a part of a sermon or play some music or just give positive, something positive. Those are lives that I've always looked forward to. Within the journey that I've been going through for the past year, and I was telling one of my elements this the other day, is that I've decided to be more vocal, regardless of whatever relationships, how long I've known you, whatever. I've decided to be more vocal and giving people their flowers or different things in ways that they may have affected me. And I used to love those lives. I needed those lives. You get what I'm saying? And sometimes as content creators, we forget or we don't realize the impact that we can have on people. Just like I don't always realize the impact that even my lives can have on people, especially if, you're not getting the numbers or anything like that, but I just wanted to say that, Miss Cruz, I really am glad that you're back live. I do see that from a little bit I did heard that you are planning on going in a different direction. And I will support that because I do believe that you are a great content creator. Let me see. I'm trying to see everybody else's comments. If y'all typing, again, it's hard to see. Hey, Sonia J. Hey, any of my members, I appreciate y'all and stuff. But yeah, guys, so I was checking in, and as some of you may not know, I have been in the hospital. Um, the last time I went live like that, as far as in my and please be patient with me in regards to this live as well. Some of the medications that I am on have been affecting my memory. So if I pause, if I repeat myself, that's a part of the process. But in regards to my journey that I've been going on for the last year, which I have shared with you all as well, is the last time that I really had a live about that was when I was sharing with you all that my results came back and the cancer was gone. Um, but there is life after that. And unless you have went through that, hey Jill C, unless you have went through that, you do not know. You know, you automatically assume that when you get back a great report like that, you assume that everything is going to be back to normal. You know, you're going to be able to rebuild your life, everything like that. And that has not been the case for me. It has been very rough. I have been in and out the hospital. I've had a lot of different things going on. As a matter of fact, next week they will be checking again, or whatever, because I think you continuously have to get checked like every 3 months, but they will be checking again. But what you don't realize is that through the treatments, the side effects, you can experience some of them immediately, which some I did, and then some you can experience down the line. So when you have some people, and I realize it now, like you may hear some people that will say, I've been fighting cancer, going through this journey for 5 years. After year one or after year two, they may have actually beat the cancer, but it's the side effects that they will be dealing with for those 3 years. Hey, baby mom. Oh, I hate that this thing is in the way. I cannot see y'all comments. I see what everybody is saying. I'm so sorry, guys. I really wish I could see y'all comments. I may need to read them from my other phone. This live gonna be all over the place, y'all. I'm letting y'all know in advance. So y'all just gonna have to be patient with me because I really hate that they got this stupid thing. They got this big old thing that you cannot remove for some reason. So I cannot see y'all comments until y'all actually more people type. And also too, guys, you should be able to see the link, hopefully. If any of you want to come up here while I am up here, that is fine. I will post it again. I don't have a problem with you guys joining the live. Like I said, it's gonna be all over the place. No, it's okay, baby mama. Is no way for you to know. Again, I've come on here and I've shared a lot with you guys, but I don't share everything. And I'm not constantly trying to come on here because I realize that some of you who do genuinely care about me, it's hard to hear that. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to hear, hey Dree, it's hard to hear about certain things. I try to put into perspective that I'm not the only one that live in this world. So even the people that definitely care about me, they go through stuff too. Y'all go through stuff too. And just like I'm not always aware of the things that you all are going through, I take that into consideration. So I don't want it. I never wanted, even when I decided to share my journey in the beginning, I wanted it to be educational, but I never wanted it to be a point to where every time you came over here, it was something depressing. So that's why I did not make it a thing of constantly coming on here and telling everything. Like even with my members, I definitely let them know everything, but there's still a lot of things that I have not let them know because they care about me and everybody don't want to hear negative shit all the time. That's just the reality of it. But just going back to recently, yes, I had to be hospitalized. I will spare you guys the details because it was horrible. Let me just say that when it came to my hemoglobin levels, if I'm saying it correct, um, I was at a 12. I dropped all the way to a 9. That's how much I lost within a few hours. It was non-stop. That's as graphic as I'm going to get, but it was non-stop. I don't even see how I was able to still be standing. I had to throw away clothes. That's how bad it was. In the process of that going on, I had to still get an exam so they could see where it was coming from. Um, it was just bad. It was just really, 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 really bad. My dad, because my stepdad is the one who ended up driving me there. My son walked me in. He wanted to stay, but I told him he couldn't stay because I didn't want him to see all of that. My dad and a friend that one of his female friends, which I've known since a kid, they got there first. I tried to keep him out the room because it was that bad. The nurse was so nice. Once I, because I, and let me tell you about the power of God. I'm going to tell you why I named this the power of God. Hold on, y'all. So this was on a Friday. This was on a Friday, okay? And so I had just, Melvin was out of school, of course, for Good Friday. And so I had got up. I cooked him a really good hearty breakfast. And yeah, I cooked him a breakfast and everything. And usually on Fridays, his dad usually picks him up in the afternoon, but this was early. So I cooked him a nice hearty breakfast. And I'm sitting there, and next thing you know, it starts. Um, I calmly, I had to try to be calm once again, and I packed my bag, put everything in there I needed. I put changes of clothes. I knew I was gonna need them. And I told him to get dressed. I called my mother. When she answered the phone, I wasn't sure initially whether she was at work or not, but once I heard her background, I knew she was at work. So I played it off and I was like, Mom, I'll just call you back. But talking to her afterwards, she figured something was wrong. So then I called my dad. My dad is usually over here all the time. Bless his heart. I'll be really worried about my dad lately. But I called him. He didn't answer the phone, which was unlike him. But in the process, I didn't know at the time that he was actually filming. My dad is going to be in a documentary about some wonderful things he's done in his life. So that's another thing that I hadn't shared with you guys. So he was in the process of filming his first part. So then I called my stepdad. My stepdad happened to be at the church. And I called him and I said, Stepdad, I said, I need you to come get me and take me to the hospital. Um, all this, I'm trying to be calm because Melvin is here. I'm trying not to alarm him. So I'm getting dressed. I was able to get myself dressed. I packed my bags and everything. And again, this is this stuff is happening. It was so bad to where I had to literally wrap myself in like 4 towels just to get in the car. We make it to the emergency to the hospital. Again, this is why I entitled this The Power of God. When I walked in the hospital, because Melvin walked me in and I said, Baby, I love you. I said, let your dad know what's going on. He was like, Ma, I thought I was staying with you. I said, no, baby. I said, I don't want you to stay. I said, I promise I will be home by the time you come back from your dad this weekend. So I told him I loved him. But when I walked in, y'all, when I tell you there was not one person in that lobby, the hospital lobby, which is usually full, was empty. It was not a soul inside of that room. I mean, inside of the lobby when I walked in. So they take my information, they immediately take me to the back. My heart was beating so fast, they end up doing an EKG on me immediately. Of course, my blood pressure was through the roof. But they ended up getting me into a room. Um, like I said, by that time, my dad found out. He comes there. When he gets up there to the first room they have me in, I'm trying to keep him out of the room because the floor is just awful. Okay. Like a crime scene. That's how bad it was. And the nurse that came in there, she was so nice, so lovely. And she was just telling me, she said, Miss Starling, she said, don't be embarrassed. It's okay. Cause it was just, it wasn't, I couldn't even sit down. Okay. Um, and so she tried to help me cover it up before she cleaned up for him to come in. So he came in, his friend came in, and she was very helpful. They're also, they didn't contacted my mom by this time. Of course, she at work panicking. I was trying to, of course, be concerned about her as well because she works kind of far. I didn't want her driving, whatever. But, she ended up leaving work immediately once she ended up finding out, to the point, because usually they have to fill out paperwork. And she told her supervisor, I'm not filling out no fucking paperwork. I got to go. So it was one of those type of things. So, um, yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot that I had to go through. I eventually ended up getting into the room that I was in. Once they got everything together, found out where it came from, um, they doped me up very well. So by the time my mom got there, I was kind of out of it. And I had a nice room. They ended up putting me in a nice room. I had a shower in there, everything. My oncologist, the doctors, I ended up seeing him the next morning. So they ended up getting everything together. They ended up finding out what was going on. But yeah, it was really, really bad. Thank God this time I did not need a blood transfusion. But yeah, it was a lot. And every nurse that I came in contact with, which is something that I've been blessed through this whole journey with, is they have all been really, really nice. Like I have not ran across one person that have treated me bad or anything. The thing that everybody around me pray for, but I have always prayed for myself, is that any of the doctors that I've had to see, any of the nurses, any staff, that they would be the type that would actually have a caring heart. I didn't run into, or that I wouldn't run into anybody who hands was not blessed by God in some type of way. And so that's what I went through. It was a lot. Uh, and I thank God that I'm still here. So, you know, me not being on here is for a reason. I've been going through a lot, you know, and that's the best way I could see it. Sonia said, "Thank you, Lord." Yes, yes, GLC, absolutely. Yeah, I've been going through it, guys. I really, really have. But I'm still grateful, and I understand that stuff do not happen overnight. Um, and I just have to be patient when it comes to the process. You don't realize how difficult and how hard them treatments are on you. I had chemo, I had two different types of radiation. So it's a lot on your body. It's a lot. So, if I, even for people that's in my personal life, it's times where they understand. I am grateful for that part too. The people that's around me, a lot of y'all, I appreciate y'all so much because y'all don't take personal that there are times where I can't answer the phone. There are times when I can't respond to your text message because I am going through a lot. It just varies from day to day. There are so many times where I've wanted to press the live button. I can't press the live button because I'm not physically able, or because of the type of drugs I'm on. I be shit. I would have made a joke with one of my elements the other day. I said, fuck being on cloud nine. These drugs be having me on cloud 57. So ain't no telling what the hell I've been and said on this motherfucker, even though I wouldn't give a damn. But I be hell. That's just what's going on. So uh that's that, when it comes to everything. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful. And you can make friends off here. I've made a lot of friends, a lot of great connections. I was listening to some also, Miss Cruiser was saying that when it comes to your friendships, oh Sonya, baby, when I tell you, okay, but like I said, like some of these people out here, my shit is doctor given. I'm supposed to have it, but baby, yeah, I'll be on cloud 80, 89, fuck 57, 89. Okay. So they definitely shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I also see a chronic pain specialist too. So I be hiding a motherfucker. I do. Um, and not because I want to, but that's just because what is necessary. Um, but the point is, I'm grateful overall, but it's not an easy journey, and you don't understand until you go through it. And then also, the people around you. Hey, Brooklyn Star, the people around you, your family goes through it too, your friends go through it too. So it's not only you going through the journey. This shit ain't easy at all, and that's why too. I even understand, and I the reason why I keep using Miss Cruiser as a reference is because hers is the latest video that I've watched. But I understand what she was saying about as far as just moving away from some of the shit that's within this beef sector. From some of the things that I have been able to hear, I hear this whole thing about the beef sector is dead or trying to save the beef sector and all that stuff. And I'm gonna be real with y'all. From my point of view, it sounds stupid. It sounds really fucking stupid. I'm not gonna say that the beef sector is not a place that I used to once enjoy. I did used to enjoy it. I used to have fun, listening to the mess going back and forth. But I think people grow out of things. I don't think that it's one thing or one situation that has ruined the beef sector as well. I just think that some motherfuckers done aged out of that shit or done grew out of it, and I'm just happen to be one of them. It happened to be my health, and also just my attitude period that have made me not give a shit about a lot of the things that are going on. Some of the things I do observe is stupid. It is just stupid to me. And this is for whether I like you or not. I just don't find joy. I don't find joy anymore in arguing back and forth with the same people year after year. You already know if I go back and forth with somebody, the most you gonna get is maybe 2 videos out of me. You may get 3 if I'm really mad, but even within those 2 or 3 videos, the shit gonna equal probably 20 minutes because I'm gonna do 5 on one, I'm gonna do 7 on one, and maybe 2 minutes on the third one. Other than that, I just don't see the point in going back and forth with the same motherfucker over and over again. Like Miss Cruz also said, I can't put my hands on you. So what's the point in that? So a lot of the stuff I think some of us are just turned off from it. Also, too, when it comes to, who's running the sector here now, I don't hate on anybody. I feel like everybody had a turn. I'm happy for the people that are getting their numbers and doing their thing. And that's that. But I don't think that it's a thing of everybody is jealous of this one person or whatever like that. I just think it's some of y'all that want to keep participating in this bullshit. And then there's some of us who have actually grown up and like, okay, this shit is boring. Don't nobody got time for it. People got other shit going on. And that's just the way that I see it. So I find when I am even able to partake in anything on YouTube, I just go other places. I go other places. I look at other shit. A lot of the stuff that's over here, I'm not impressed by it. And again, that's even to some of the people that I actually do support in the bushes. I'm not hating on anybody. I don't have anything negative towards anybody. I don't have any grudges towards anybody. But a lot of y'all stuff is just not interesting to me. It's very childish. And that's just the way I feel about that. And I have a right to feel that way. So yeah, some people that's not getting support again is not because people, jealous or whatever. No, don't nobody want to hear that dumbass shit. Don't nobody want to see the same people arguing back and forth over and over again about the same thing. Y'all argue and go berserk on each other, and then y'all be right back together the next motherfucking day or still in each other's presence. And I'm not saying that you have to keep any type of grudges with each other, because I definitely don't believe in that. It's not healthy. But it's like at the same time, I can still have my issue with you. I don't have to poke. I don't have to try to do anything to affect your bottom line. But I'm not about to be sitting up there arguing with you. You're not about, even all the years I've been on here, and I can guarantee this, okay? And there's not many videos that I have erased or put on private. But I can guarantee you, you're not going to find more than 5 videos on the same motherfucker. And this is years, whether I beef with a person or not. You're not about to find that. I'm just not about to give anybody that type of power. I just can't do it. You know what I'm saying? And this is even before I got sick and was going through what the fuck I'm going through. I was always like that. I'm not about to give you all of that when there's other shit going on. It's real life shit going on that's affecting each and everybody, all of us in some type of capacity, whether we want to come on here and admit it or not. And we all are human and we all do have feelings. I'm not a robot, never pretended to be. Hey, intellect, let me see. Let me try to look at some of y'all comments. Hold on, y'all. Let me see. Yeah, you right. Just lovely. Hey, Queen. Hey, Boo. But yeah, that's how I feel about a lot of that. And also too, again, to anybody that's listening as well, whether you're here now or you come back to listen, I definitely want to give out prayers to all of y'all as well. If you are going through something, if you happen to be dealing with the health crisis yourself and you just have not said anything, if you happen to have loved ones who are dealing with crisis or happen to be dealing with cancer, my utmost prayers and respect to you, to let you know that I do understand. It's not, the shit ain't fucking easy, and again, I'm cancer free and I'm still going through it. I was telling my mom, I said, it seems like the recovery has been even worse than when the fuck I was going through it. And two, when you're going through it, a lot of times you don't give your own self credit. You don't realize how much shit you done actually overcome. And even outside of everything, even though every day you just never know what the hell going to happen, I still am thankful to God. I'm thankful for what He has carried me through. I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for my son. I'm thankful for my elements, the ones that I have relationship with. Which, like I said, I've been lucky and blessed enough to have relationships with a lot of my elements. I do not look at them as just subscribers or supporters. A lot of them I have met, a lot of them I talk to, or, on a regular basis. A lot of them text me. Like I said, I have elements that text me every morning, have elements that literally will just call and just say, I want to pray with you. I have such support, even to the elements that support my membership. Y'all know what it is that I go through. It's hard for me to remain consistent on here because of just everything I'm going through. And y'all still have chosen to support my membership, which is very helpful to me because, again, I'm on disability. Disability is not a lot. As we all know, when it comes to everything that's going on, these tariffs, all types of stuff, bills have went the fuck up. Okay. And of course, I'm making way less being at home than I would be if I was back up in that building or whatever, But I've even been blessed when it comes to that. But yeah, it's been rough as fuck or whatever, even financially for me, but everything is still standing. And so I'm definitely grateful for my blessings and stuff. Um, wait, what you say? Hey, let me look. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to, my energy is reserved. Exactly. Sonia says, Amen. Black Blind says, wow, Leo, you just said a word. And see, this damn thing is covering this. I know y'all tired of me saying that, but it is. I hate this. I'm gonna have to make sure that the next time that I go live, that that I have my other device charged up so that I can see, because I hate not being able to see y'all comments. Okay, wait a minute. Wow, Leo, you just said a word. Give yourself credit for what you've already went through. You are correct. That's true. My journal is full of the things I've overcome and the reasons. Yes, you do have to give yourself credit. Like, a lot, my family, they have to remind me of that a lot. Because I'm a person that's used to just being able to get up, do what I want to do, move around, blah blah blah. And a lot of them like, do you realize the shit that you done went through? Like, give yourself grace. And so I'm learning to do that as well, and also understanding that all of this has happened for a reason, and also just being a testimony to other people to know that you can get through this, but that it is not an easy journey at all. It can be absolute hell. When I say that, it's not an over exaggeration. When you're going through things, you don't want to sit there and lie to people. You want to be honest about the reality of the things that they may end up going through or whatever. You don't want to paint an unrealistic picture, even though everybody's situation is different or whatever. Everybody's journey is different. Everybody reacts to treatment differently. And that's just the thing. So hey, rum raisin boo, you just never know until you actually are faced with it. And I don't wish this on my worst enemy, but my message to everybody is, just continue to watch out for your health, watch out for your stress levels. Cancer does not have a name on it. It doesn't have an age. It doesn't have an economic status on it or anything, just like any other health ailment. So I tell everybody to be grateful just for your life overall. be cognizant of the time that you spend and what you give your energy to, because anything can happen at any time. Not that I'm wishing that or anything on anyone. That is just the reality of the life that we're living. That's like, even when I hear some of y'all, the disrespect that y'all show even towards older people, calling people old and all type of stuff like that. Now realizing that you're growing old every day, and you pray that you go, oh, I pray that I make it to my 50s, my 60s. That is something that I look forward to. I don't look at that as as something bad or anything. Especially the way that life is going, because stuff can happen at any time. So, that is that when it comes to that. But I just wanted to check in and just to let everybody know that I am okay, guys. I am currently okay. Um, and that I am still standing. Leo is still standing. I am being very careful of what I put my energy to, what I pay attention to, and just here, I'm just being very careful of that. To those that I do have personal relationships with, I absolutely cherish the bonds that we have created and built over the years. I look forward to, when I do get better, because I put it into the universe. When I do get better, when I am able to walk better, when I am able to drive again and do different things, I look forward to doing like I told y'all I wanted to do, coming on here. And just like how we used to go to the Eastern Market, I can't wait to take y'all back to the Eastern Market and, different restaurants or different things that we have going on here. We have a lot of great things that happen every year here in Michigan. I would love to show it to you all, but health just has to be a priority. And so that's pretty much all I wanted to say to you all. I hope that all of you enjoy the rest of your day. It is supposed to be nice here today, so I actually am going to go outside and I'm going to sit down and I'm going to let the sun hit my face, let the sun, hit my locks that I'm still blessed to have, and just get recharged. Um, yeah, just get recharged and just look forward to the day. I'm going to honor where I am now, which is honoring the fact that, okay, you're not where you want to be, you're not where you feel you should be, but the point is you're above ground. You're above ground. There's so many people that did not make it, and you have still made it through whatever. Um, like I said before, this has been one of the hardest years. I thought I had been through some shit. This had been one of the hardest years of my life. But even in spite of that, I still find myself grateful. I'm so glad that I don't have a hateful heart. Even some of the things that I've heard some people say on here in the past or whatever, like some people who have made comments towards my illness, I feel grateful and glad that I don't feel the need to retaliate. I'm glad that God still gives me a conscience, that God still makes it to where my forefront is to be happy, no matter what I'm going through, and not to pay attention or let anybody deter me. Whatever hateful comments or bitterness or stuff they don't know how to let go. I'm so glad that God doesn't have that type of thing on me. I would rather be going through this and still have the grateful heart that I have than to not be going through this and just be bitter and just want to cause havoc and don't know how to let shit go. That will make you sick and that will kill you quicker than anything. So I love you all, guys. I'll be back to you as soon as I can. And I just wanted to assure you guys that Leo is still okay and I'm still standing. Bye, guys. Thank you so much for joining me in the Element Lounge. Hopefully you enjoyed yourself, and I would love to see you again. If you happen to have any opinions about anything that was discussed, feel free to leave it in the comments section. All I ask is that you be respectful and adult about it. Have a great day, guys. Bye.